Space Raiders, the Demolitionist. We are going to come to the exciting conclusion, well, in the near future, of the Demolitionist, and that'll be, what we're doing. We left off last time, the newly assembled team, who have questionable efficacy, have tracked down possibly their guy, the Demolitionist, the one who blew up a building and has been threatening to blow up another downtown building. Well, using ideal technology construction robots, power armor, of course. They've tracked down a warehouse, and they were going to investigate. They were just trying to burgle the front door.
That's right. The joke's on him. We're here to blow up his building.
All right.
I don't know if we're going to do that.
I told you I'd put the C4 in the car. Didn't say.
Okay. So
you can't do that to a Metro. It's not safe.
Well, you were the one that said, "Hey, just throw it in the back." You didn't ask me questions.
Well, it's like it's a Pinto. Anyhow, okay. So, Toriko, you were about to attempt to burgle the door, or have you changed your mind?
Nope, I'm still going to try and burgle my way in.
Give it a go.
Did you already get a +4 on that?
Yes, that is correct. I did get a +4.
All
I
right.
rolled a... Yep.
We'll go with that. Okay, so pop the door open. It had a couple of extra little locks on it, but you're good. You're in. You're in an entryway kind of a front desk, break room sort of area for the warehouse. It's a bit dusty. Are you guys going to search around, be stealthy, after you drove up rather loudly? Or what do you got?
I think you know what I'm looking for right away, just to see what type of establishment this is.
There's a few random bits and bobs here. You do see like an old cap. You see, in somebody's locker, maybe. Really, it's an open locker. So, yeah.
An open locker. I gotta go look there. It's an invitation.
All right. Yeah, it's just some basic stuff. Somebody just left their crap there.
I walk down the wall and follow them inside the door instead of breaking open the window.
Okay. You guys are in the warehouse. How are you going to go about searching for what?
Well, first of all, I'm going to open the next door deeper into the warehouse to see if there's anything that just jumps out at me, possibly literally.
Okay. Give me an alertness check.
I don't have alertness, so it's a flat roll.
Give me a flat roll.
+2.
Actually, okay. As you cautiously open the door, you kind of crack it open and peek. The first thing that really, nothing physically jumps out at you. You realize the warehouse appears to be unoccupied, but you also realize that if you open the door much further, there's something tied to it.
Uh-oh.
You might want to check this out over here. Don't open it anymore. Possibly don't close it either. Just hold this door exactly at the orientation it's at. This is probably more than a bucket of whitewash.
Oh boy.
The string is attached at a lower level.
Oh. Is there enough space for me to squeeze through the door and step over the string?
At the moment, no. You can try to see if there's more give to it, but I'd say that would be more kind of a sort of finesse sort of check, so maybe...
I'm not doing that. I'm leaving that to the super soldier.
Okay.
I don't have demolitions, but I'll attempt to roll for it.
Is that a whole thing on its own? I mean, really, specifically, I'm looking to see where that would be on this. As far as the regular skills go, that might actually be under technology.
Oh, I've got good tech.
I think that would make sense. Yeah, because it's if this is like a mine, that's
Yeah, no, okay. I've got.
Pretty sure it's attached to some sort of device. You just aren't sure what.
Okay, I've got some tech +2 with impact. So.
All right.
+4 with spin.
Okay, and with that was with impact?
Yep.
So what's the immediate effect of the impact?
Impact is, I think I get spin on
Okay.
any successful roll.
I think what you should, if it's the spin, is you successfully get the door open and don't set it off.
All right.
Yeah, that.
Okay. I was going to say you can probably go a little bit higher. You've got there's a device, and it looks like it was set to go off. You also say you take a look at it. Since you got spin, you're looking at this thing. Well, technically speaking, it is non-lethal, but it looks really unpleasant, like it lets out some kind of, I don't know, biological agent of some sort. Maybe not biochemical agent of some sort. Looked like it was set to spray whoever opened that door.
That's unpleasant and also possibly useful. Can I take it?
Yeah.
Oh, I will take it.
You now have effectively a chemical spray mine. You're not sure what's in it.
It's going to be fun to find out.
It might have been one of Omega's. You're not sure. Somebody'd hand out like candy to the lesser troopers.
Omega was the Doctor Doom guy.
Yeah.
Dr. Doom, Lex Luthor.
Dr. Duther.
Oh. Imagine the crossover and the fusion of those two.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God.
So.
Goodbye, world again.
Okay. So you guys have run of the warehouse, it seems. So, yeah. What are you looking for?
So aside from Omega's, the Omega trip mine, is there anything obviously strange here?
Well, it's an empty warehouse with a few cardboard boxes here and there. If you guys give me something for like investigation, or let's see, what other skills would apply here? If you can apply another skill outside of investigation to figuring out what's going on with this warehouse, feel free. You can come up with a lot of things for it. Well, maybe not deceit.
I would stick to burglary, trying to break open things. Because if this might be where we think he's hiding out, if we can see that, then maybe he's got something locked up.
Okay, so burglary makes sense.
I'd go technology, see if there's any teleporters, secret tunnels, that sort of thing, secret entrances, that sort of thing.
So you're just checking out the tech.
Yeah.
And Sluggums?
I am just being alert because I am overwhelmed by all this. This is not me.
Okay, so you're kind of overwatching. Cool.
Let's see here.
Yep.
My check will be at a 0, but I'm going to tag my run but can't hide aspect to get a +2.
Okay.
I got a +3 with impact.
All right. Let's see. Look at that up again real quick. Make sure, because I know. Again, do forgive. Still getting used to certain things. And impact, I haven't seen used a lot. Impact is one of your skills when you use that skill and obtain spin. So if you haven't gotten spin, you don't get the fragile aspect on it. So, okay. All right. So it's just going to be a +3 on the attack thing. All right. I'm going to say that this results in some teamwork. The burglar finds an interesting panel, larger door-sized panel, and calls the technician over. So basically, sorry, I had the names memorized for a moment, and then everything fell apart. That was close. All right. Tariko found a large doorway-sized panel with some means possibly of getting around it, and then called over Helter Skelter to deal with that.
Oh, wow. I just heard that in the background of your call, Sean. That is loud.
It's been doing that all day. Some of them, like right before I got on, were like basically just explosions right next to us.
Jesus.
I thought that was just microphone warping. That's thunder?
That's thunder.
Huh.
Yay! Anyhow, nature.
It'll
So
kill you.
yeah, definitely. Helter Skelter manages to find the hidden panel and pops it open. cross a few wires, the doorway opens up.
Okay, Christopher, are you still here, or you?
He's on
gone?
mute.
Oh,
Yeah.
he was also on Overwatch, so nothing's coming at you at the moment because you guys disabled pretty much what you had to.
Sorry, I didn't know I was still on still on mute.
Mute.
It's cool. I do that a lot, actually. So what's going on is you've just found where the construction unit was being stored. You've also found a small stash of what looks like little bits of ideal tech. Nothing really that valuable, like for usage. A couple of pieces of Omega Tech that are about the same way. It looks like this guy was he's just starting his career. He had the chemical spray. He has the armor. That was it. But you found where this thing was being stored.
Out of question, since we now know what the suit he's using, do we know how big and bulky it is? If it's like something, if he wears like large clothing, will he be able to hide underneath it, or is it clearly that he's going to stand out if he's like wearing a rain poncho sort of style?
Oh, it's big.
Okay, because
it's like 8.5 to 9 feet tall.
All right, so
dome head kind of situation.
Just want
so he's going to be obvious.
Oh yeah.
If he's standing out in the open, so if we just found where the suit was being stored and it's not there, immediately call the secretary.
All right.
While he's doing that, I fill my left pocket with Ideal Tech and my right pocket with Omega Tech.
There we go.
That's fine with me. If there's one thing or two still there, I'll put that in my back pocket.
All right. No, hey,
right,
guys. I mean, you're gonna grab what you're gonna grab, but
yep.
It's like small like spare parts, stuff like that. Really,
it'll come in handy later.
Assembling ray guns.
If you're assembling things, definitely helpful. If you're just wanting to sell it,
If this was a campaign, this would be loot.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's there though. So you are now aware that he is on the move. He's going to be obvious. Your call connects. Hello.
Is that a different voice than the secretary I've been talking to?
Did I mess that one up? Sorry. Sorry. It was more like a smoother hello.
That's right.
Yeah.
Hi. We just explored the warehouse. Confirmed that it is the base of the Demolisher. What did he say his name was again?
Demolitionist.
We confirmed that the location we're currently at is his base. He is not here, and his suit and his armor is gone. So he's on his way.
Well, the police have been pulled back. Well, this is your time to do it. Time to shine.
All right.
So, what is the group's action?
I say we get in the car. Get in the car, drive on up, and stop him from doing whatever he's doing. I guess
he was.
Yeah, that's right. It's game day, guys. Let's go get him. Start running towards the car.
Nice.
Just kind of start shrugging after as we come up with a plan. Does your thing have like a little red button you can push that it becomes a super speed car?
It's good on gas. Let's go.
It has a bumper sticker for the Cardinals. Okay, he's gonna blow up the club building.
Yep.
I should note that at this point, Helter Skelter is significantly less invested because it looks like this is probably the only power armor suit.
You also now know there's possibly more around here.
I'm coming back here later.
You never know. This is the one you guys found that. The reason you found it more easily is because
it's already been opened. And
yeah.
That's the nice thing about base raiders. They don't lock the door.
Weird, huh? Though they might have locked the door and somebody might have stumbled upon it while doing a detailed inspection of the building.
Yep.
Weird.
I know.
Yep.
Okay, so you guys are speeding off to the globe building. Is this just speeding or is this any kind of augmentation?
Well, I'm playing a hard day's night, but I'm not using my power to do it.
There we go.
It's just for ambiance.
Okay, so give me that driving check to show up in a speedy fashion.
All right. +2.
All right. I'll see you arrive in a relatively timely fashion. You're showing up. The cops at the place cordoned off. There are people still being escorted out. Firefighters are there. Ambulances are on the ready. You guys show up. They have no idea what you're doing.
Walk up to the police sergeant. What's our status, chief?
Who are you? Are you a base raider?
We're
Yes.
here to take care of business.
Well, stay out of the way. There's a terrorist threatening to blow up the building.
I will walk
I
over
get a- I-
and I will.
Am I threatening to blow up the terrorists?
I will try
Pull
to.
out my Louisville Slugger.
I will attempt to
Not on
convince
our
him that
watch.
we're on the city payroll to assist in this endeavor.
All right.
I was going to suggest I play Let It Be to try and get the officers to let us by.
That I'd appreciate that.
Can I do
What
that
was your
before
initial,
his
what was your
roll?
initial roll?
A -3. With
Fate
public, hang on. With public speaking, that's -2 at extraordinary. So
I guess that'd be 0.
Yeah, so it's a 0.
It's not that bad. He's just kind of looking at you funny while I'm guessing, Helter Skelter's tuning up in the background.
Yes, I am.
I mean, don't make the assumption that I'm waiting for the officer to let us through. I'm just walking through.
All right.
Cardinal Star, he can't stop me.
I
Right,
feel like that's my fault. I say offhanded because I told him he could park anywhere, so now it's starting to go to
It takes me 1 round to
Right.
tune, so that's 5-ish seconds.
So
I'd
during
say-
this round, Toriko is trying to, kind of smooth things over with the head officer, and Sluggums, they're going to try to push you back.
All right. I am going to. Let's see. I mean, I respect the law, but I'm moving in. I don't care. I'm walking in.
Going baseball right style? Or
I respect the law, but I'm laying it down.
So, what's going to be your method of getting past them?
If I have to, I might roid rage. I might just physically exert myself past them.
You might also be able to dodge past them using, say, athletics or something, or
That's an option, but I mean, it's the time to shine. Put me in. I'm ready to go. Don't get in my way. This is my moment. Don't
so
get in my way,
you're starting to
jerks.
struggle. You're starting to struggle with them a little bit, and I'll say this is when the
Mhm.
music can kick in.
I'll roll that. I'm going to invoke. No, wait, hold on. That's +4, so it'd be +1. Is that enough?
We'll say that's you're basically doing a aspect, right?
Yeah,
You're
I'm.
doing an attack.
It's an. I'm actually not sure. What I'm trying to do is, I'm trying to make the officers a bit, I don't know, blasé. I want them to. The song I'm playing, "Let It Be," so they'll let us.
So is this more like you want to spray them with kind of not necessarily menace, but anti-inspire?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll work with that. So they'll make, okay, so it's +1, what tier?
Superhuman.
So effectively it's total +4. Oh, look, they didn't make it. Okay. So they're cowed for the moment. You guys can make your way through.
Thank you.
Okay.
But obviously hurry.
Yep.
Okay, you are heading into the building. So you go into the main lobby. It's an historic office building.
I think where we really should be going is the
Basement.
basement and maintenance areas, that sort of thing.
Okay. So you're heading downstairs. Everybody give me alertness checks.
+2.
0.
+3.
All right. With a +2, you hear a clanking downstairs. With a +3, you also think you hear like somebody talking on a loudspeaker very softly, which is kind of weird, but you know.
I start pre-tuning my guitar.
Okay. And what's you guys' approach?
I look at Toriko and say, going down?
I pull out the gun. Going loud.
That works too.
I mean, truth be told, out of character, the guy is just a disgruntled, not only employee but man in the world. So he's acting out. We could talk this out, but I got a gun.
All right.
Yeah. Right. So
Well,
let's
no, I don't have intimidate, so no.
Let's head downstairs.
Yep.
All right. Okay. As you're so you're going not quietly.
Nope.
Okay.
In fact, I actually can't until I know where he is exactly. So never mind.
All right. As you basically round the corner from the stairwell, you see that there's actually already been a few chunks of stone blown off from various walls. And you see a 8.5 to 9 foot tall suit of power armor kind of stoop down a little bit, but right next to it is a blown open hole in the wall that leads to a sewer. The armored figure turns at the waist to regard you guys, and stares blinking for a couple seconds because it is an odd sight.
I hold open the cardinal shirt for him. This is your city.
If it's my city, it should appreciate me and what I do for it. But it doesn't.
Have you ever been to Busch Stadium on a cool autumn night in the playoffs?
He stares kind of blankly for a bit.
It's a yes or no question. Have you? I'm not being rhetorical.
Yes.
Oh. It's pretty cool, huh?
He leans a hand. He leans a hand against the pillar for a second, and he stares even more blankly, looks at the rest of the group, looks back at you.
The two of us behind our esteemed cohort, our esteemed leader, I guess, to this guard, are just giving the same stare right back at him. Just the Cardinals gear he's been slowly putting on us this entire time is on there. We're just shrugging, going, we don't know either.
I mean, look, man. I don't have any stake in this either way. What you're doing here, it's genuinely impressive to me. You've taken the time. You've given yourself powers, and you're taking the world into your own hands. I really like that. But I'm supposed to be here to ask you nicely to not blow up the stadium.
Oh, it's not the stadium. You guys are underneath it's called the Globe Building.
The Globe, I guess.
I picked a random office building in St. Louis. It looks pretty nice, actually, from the pictures. But yeah.
I just want you to know, man, if this ends up, becoming a rumble, it's nothing personal. I really like your power armor, by the way.
Thanks.
No, I'll be honest with you. holding up the gun. I have this specifically. If it gets loud, I'd rather it not come to that.
Well, what I'd recommend you do is leave. Because there's not supposed to be anybody in here.
I'm afraid we can't do that
Well then,
because you know what
it
happens.
seems we're at an
You go-
impasse.
Here's what's going to happen. You start with the globe, you keep doing more office buildings, and then you get to Bush Stadium. And I cannot allow that.
I kind of just his logic's infallible.
He takes a slow, deep breath, which you can tell basically from the expression on his face. And I guess we're going to go with initiative checks with this one. So I think
Yep.
initiative was alertness, right?
It's alertness.
Let's have a special power for it.
Yeah, if you had specifically if you get ties, if you have like say if this were a social thing, anything that's like initiative, physical, social,
Yeah.
like that would give you the lead in it. But I
This
get
is more of a physical, so yeah.
Yep.
Awareness.
So I get
+1.
+4.
-1.
Okay, so +4 is going first.
Can I ask? Can I just take them a second to ask? Does Sluggums have any sort of gadgets or powers, or is he just a guy with a baseball bat?
Hey, you'll be amazed what this baseball bat can do.
That answers that.
That's Ruth's bat right there, made from the sacred oak. How do you think he would? How do you think he got so good? Skill alone? Mm-mm.
Practice.
Oh
The
man,
world-
he never trained. He didn't have to.
The world needs more sports-based characters. All right, so just ask the G.I. Joe movie. All right, so
Hey, dude, Sportsmaster DC.
there we go. All right, so +4 goes first. What are you doing?
Ingrained CQC. I'm actually going to use the. I'm just going to open up with the gun I have, so it's shooting.
All right.
So that will be the guns that are the skills that's extraordinary if it's to roll against anything.
It will be a resisted roll.
Okay. So rolling for it. No thanks. So that'll be a +1.
+1 at extraordinary.
Yep.
Okay. He is basically just, it's possibly going to hit his armor pretty much. Which is a total of, give me a second here.
Mhm.
+3 superhuman.
Okay. So yeah, this is gonna be a tricky one for my gun.
Yep. However, basically the next one's at a +1, so +1 was Sluggums, right?
No, that was me.
Oh, sorry. Okay, so at the +1, you'll be acting at the same time, essentially, unless you have some kind of special ability that. That.
I was going to try and debuff the Demolitionist, but I could try to buff you instead with for example, happiness is a warm gun.
You guys can make the decision real quick if you want. It's
Uh,
it's going to go off at the
right.
same time as what he's going to do. So
I'm going to not play any song in specific. I'm just going to just psychedelic licks, and I'm going to try and give the Demolitionist the nauseating colors aspect.
all right. And you did not eat the chicken. Okay.
Wait, what?
You had the chips instead.
Yes.
Okay.
That is +1 for the skill, and it's superhuman tier.
Okay. He will attempt to resist. He stands a tiny chance, actually. But he is nauseated, which means he'll be at a penalty. Well, he'll have an aspect that you guys can tag on him.
It also means that I think I'm the only one in this scene who isn't currently nauseous.
Well, Yeah, about that. First, let's do one quick thing.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. So, what happens is, roughly around the same time as the guitar's vibrations start hitting, he fires off a different vibration from the palm of the suit of armor and blasts the pillar.
Oh.
You notice, though, for Freebie, it doesn't seem to have much range. It just looks like it really does a number on anything made out of stone.
Uh-oh. We're dealing with a Beach Boys fan here, guys. It's got some good vibrations going on.
There you go.
Hi-yo.
But at the same time, it doesn't take a roll to notice he just blasted a support after damaging a lot of areas down here. So the -1 goes next, and then we'll do another round.
Well,
But I will give you a hint. The building's part of the building's about to attempt to fall. You've got a few different ways to deal with it. You can attempt to just GTFO. You can try to do something, some feat of strength maybe, or you can just try to focus on kicking this guy's ass, or whatever else you want. Just
We were being paid to stop him, not save the building specifically.
okay.
I don't, they'd prefer it if we saved the building, of course, but our contract was basically to stop the guy.
All right.
My thought was the guy just needs a bat to his face. So that's what I'm doing.
But if you're the -1, so
Batter
do the
up.
thing.
That would be a superhuman +5.
Damn. All right. He's going to attempt to resist with that ideal tech construction suit. You actually put some hurting on his suit.
Yeah.
With a baseball bat.
Yeah, it's got a big old bat dent on it, and he stumbles backwards. So that was that round. Next round. This is the part where, due to all the vibrations going off, those of you who ate the chicken,
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Gastric distress. It's just going to be a penalty for a little bit. You can either deal with that, but you're in the middle of a crisis.
Yeah.
So we'll go back to the. I forget. Do you guys want to run it so you re-roll every round, or do you just want to use the same order a few times?
I'm all right either way, I guess.
What?
I'm all right either way, I guess.
We'll just go with the same order.
Keep it streamlined.
Yep. So, Tariko, that chicken's hitting you, but at the same time, this he's stumbling a bit from, getting a sonic attack and getting straight up slapped with a baseball bat pretty hard. Like, damn, you didn't think a wooden bat would do that.
Well,
That's why they call it the Louisville fucking Slugger.
does the building look like it's going to hold up for the moment, or is it?
It's about ready to fall. This part of the building is about ready to collapse.
And it would fall down on us.
Potentially, you might be able to escape, bits of the collapse.
Then I'm gonna try a might check to see if I can't hold up the building. It's gonna be insanely difficult, but I'm gonna try.
The way this is going to work is you can get it if you get it past a certain threshold. You'll actually essentially, it's kind of like attacking the building, but you're attacking to fix it. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, it does.
You get a certain number of successes threshold between the group. You can actually hold up the building.
Woo!
What do you got?
So the dice are being fortunate with me now. That's a 3, so that would be a +5.
Total or
Total.
okay. So you buck up and just start, grunting, straining, pushing it apart. That's like starting to slide back and slide in, and it stops. But other parts of the building are getting ready to sort of adjust the fall. That brings us down to the +2. Is there anything you'd like to try to do? Oh, sorry, +1.
Yeah.
Is there anything you'd like to try to do?
I'm just trying to figure out if it's more in character for me to keep trying to fight the demolitionist or to try and keep holding up or try to hold up the building.
The That's a decision that you will make.
I'm going to keep trying to fight the demolitionist. In fact, I'm going to bombard his mind with strange sounds.
Okay, and is this going to be a
It's going to be an
just
attack.
straight
It's going to be a menace attack.
Okay.
It's good.
All right. So you're going for a menace.
Yep. All right. First of all, I'm going to tag his invoke his nausea, his and also spend a fate point for thesis on the psychic brain, which is one of my only non-Beatles based aspects.
All right.
So that'll be with both of those. That is a so that's +2 for each of those. So that would be a +5 superhuman.
Nice. Actually, it looks like it really has a horrible effect on him. He's not quite down. Damn close. But yeah, he looks like he's almost about to throw up in his armor, actually, which would be very unfortunate. But the building is still cool. But the building is still sort of starting to fall down. So that brings us to Kirby. Well, Kirby, decisions.
Isn't it the demolitionist up first?
He's actually staggered from that. He got pretty badly hit.
Oh my goodness. Well then,
So-
I will have to swing again.
All right, let the building fall. Okay, so
I'm going for that 3,000.
all right,
All right. So that is a +3 superhuman.
all right. That one actually slid off the top of the dome head. Weirdly enough,
Darn.
it hit. It just didn't get as solid a hit as last time. Okay, this is the round where you guys might have to start making dodge checks, except for the person who's holding part of the building up, because you're holding up the area around you. So back to the +4.
No. It just took these
Let's
two.
see.
There you go.
Yep.
Are you going
I'm-
to keep trying to hold up building bits?
Do you guys think you can take him out?
Oh, definitely, man.
All right, cool. I will continue to hold up the building. Oh, that's so good. That'll be a 2.
Woof. Okay, so you're still like helping keep bits up, but things are going to start falling on the group.
Yep.
So, on the +1 side of things, Helter Skelter, would you like to keep focusing on your playing or try to get out of the way of falling debris?
I'm going to try to not die. Oh,
Very good.
but my guitar does have a dodge aspect, though I don't think I can just switch the song I'm playing right now, can I?
If you spend a fate point, you can.
I think I only have 1 fate point left.
Your call.
I've been working at a 0 for a little bit here.
Yeah, no, I'm actually kind of feel like the dodge is basically I can warp perception rather than actually dodging. So I think that's kind of cheating if I use that.
All right.
So I'm just going to do my shoes have dodge? No, they don't. They have climb. No, I think I'm just going to try and jump out of the way, I suppose.
All right.
I don't have.
You can just do it at 0.
Yeah. That was in fact 0.
Okay. You will take 2 physical stress
Okay.
as you're getting pelted with bits of concrete and marble.
Mhm. Yep. I'm going to fill that in.
Oh, here, let me get out of that. If that stopped it, I don't know.
I don't know why it isn't doing it. It should be.
It might have been because I had it opened. I didn't realize I had it open. Try it again.
I'll just fill it in on the Word
that's fine.
document.
There you go.
So do I just fill in the second box, or is it both the first and the second?
You would just do the second box. If you take, we're doing it the style where the 3 is worth 3, the 2 is worth 2, the 1 is worth 1. If you take 1 damage 3 times in a row, that still fills in all 3 boxes.
Okay, yeah. So I've just filled in the 2 box.
Right. Which hurt, but like you do.
Yeah.
And this is the part where the fairly nauseated and not terribly happy villain attempts to make a hasty exit by leaping through the hole. If anybody wants to try to, if actually I'll give a opportunity if you want to, Kirby, if you want to try to stop him, or you can try to help hold the building up a little bit in the hopes of preventing further debris.
Oh hell no! I'm still at the plate. I'm stopping him.
All right, so this will be a kind of an opposed check. He's attempting to leap through a hole. What are you going to do to stop him?
Let's see. I think the best thing here is I'm just going to have to. He's trying to escape. That's not what a honorable player does. So I'm getting roid rage right now, and I'm going to try to physically hold him back.
All right. Okay.
So that does cost me a fate point to use because it is taxing.
All right.
Okay.
So it will be an opposed check. Let me know what you get.
Okay. It would be a +6, but what's the penalty from
-2.
the -2? So +4 total.
Okay, he did actually barely beat you with that. So
Oh.
you're about like you strain and you grunt with roid rage. And then
Do you have
it
a
doesn't
fate
go that
point?
far. Or do you want to?
No, that was my last. That was my last
Yeah.
fate point.
Oh,
So
dang.
he
Yeah.
dives to the hole, battered, bruised, and thoroughly not feeling good. And you're now in a building that's still trying to collapse. But on the upside, I'm not going to go into specifics. I'm just going to say it will pass immediately, and it's not. I'm not being disgusting. I'm just saying it's the sick feeling path goes away. That's what I really mean by that. So, it was just for a moment you were rumbling, and then it's just like no, okay.
The nausea is worn off.
Yeah, that's all. So,
So nobody
I'm
needs a
going
wipe.
I'm going to start playing I'll Carry That Weight.
Okay.
To try and boost Toriko.
Okay.
Try and, so yeah.
Since we're on the initiative portion.
Oh, I thought combat ended because he'd run off.
Yeah, combat ended. We're out of the initiative portion. So are you going to try to hold up the building, escape? What are you doing?
I'll
I
keep-
got a +2 superhuman on on helping Toriko hold up the building with I'll Carry That Weight.
Okay.
So I think it's my turn then, or
I mean, if you guys want to determine a different round of things, actually, I will throw out there. Kirby, are you going to attempt to assist with any of this heavy lifting, or are you going to do something else? Or
I'm right near a hole, so that's where I'm going too. Best
you're
getting
chasing
away.
after him?
you're going to chase?
Yeah.
Do
Oh,
it,
yeah.
man.
So we'll do the chase in a moment. So the building part. Okay, so
No, Kirby, don't run for home. Don't.
voice.
I never listen to the signals anyway.
All right, so Toriko,
All right, I'll see if I can't keep the building up. Oh, get back
All
here. With the +2 bonus, that'll be a +2.
right.
Did you think was
I
that
did.
from I'll Carry That Weight, or was that from you?
That was from carrying out the weights. I rolled a -2. My skill, I have it at I have the skill at +2. So your bonus got it to be a +2.
Right.
We'll say he's still holding it up a bit.
Can you get my phone to call somebody in?
Sure, man. Sure, man. You want the secretary? I'll call the secretary.
Yeah.
Which pocket is it?
Redial. Left pocket.
Right, thank you. I call the secretary.
Okay.
Hey,
What's going on?
Hey, doll. We got into a bit of a kerfuffle down here. You know. We know who it is, and we know who it is. We know, but he's run off, and we're trying to hold the building up. If you could get, like, I don't know, some sort of construction equipment down here, that'd be fantastic.
What? Oh no! Hold on! Wait! Hold it out the best you can. This is a national. Well, it's a historic site.
Could you please put it on speaker?
Okay. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I'm putting on speaker. Yeah, hold on. I put her on speaker.
Hurry up! It's heavy.
We'll try to get something down there. Fuck!
We know the guy's name, by the way. It's Stuart something. What's his name?
Belton.
Stuart Belson. That's it. Yeah. He'll be at the warehouse. He'll be at the. I give her the address of the warehouse, or he'll be heading back to the warehouse.
Yeah. We already called about that specifically, so hopefully they had somebody going that way when we told them he was on his way over here.
So, all right. So you guys are holding up, waiting for backup.
Yep.
And meanwhile, the chase.
It's better than the race.
All right. So. All right, Kirby.
All right, I dive into the hole chasing after him. So now, is it
It's a line drive shot.
I mean,
he is hauling ass by just leaping off things. That's literally what he's doing. He's just jumping straight down the hole.
all right, well, he can jump all he wants. I can slide. So I'm gonna try power sliding my way that way.
Reminder: this is a sewer. So,
That'll be great.
It
All
builds
right.
your immune system, you know, this stuff.
there we go. It's more like a risk of various forms of hepatitis and possible other diseases. But anyhow,
I was a
base
pro
for it.
baseball player.
There's a base for that. There's a cure for that.
there you go. All right. Okay, so it's going to be an opposed check. Your power slide
right.
versus his leap. I'll give him a minor penalty because leap usually assumes that you can jump kind of an arc. Power slide seems to be more of a direct thing. So
That's right.
we'll see how this goes.
I got a +5 at extraordinary.
All right. Give me a second here. You're actually going to catch up with him. So you're initiating a combat.
That's right. Nobody ever beat me in pickle.
Nice. Okay, you're initiating a combat at a junction in the sewer. So there is a manhole above you.
All right.
Don't hurt the armor.
But how am I going to hit him in the face?
The resale value!
Okay, so we're going to go with initiative.
All right. He's going to go first.
What are you on?
-3.
He will go first. And for the record, you're up close and personal.
Oh, yeah.
He holds a handout.
Hey, I got roid skin on. It's good.
All right. So he is going to attempt the concussion blast. Are you going to attempt to dodge or just like roid skin?
Oh, I'm just going to try to take it. You know, you take the ball if it's coming in at you. That's how you get your base.
All right. Let's see. That was a stress capacity. It's not an armor, is it? It's a
The stress capacity is
just extra.
it's extra. It can give armor depending on if it's like.
Oh, he's got a
superhuman.
+1 armor, so I guess it's just not a resist.
It's a plus. Yeah, for this one, it's just +1. So rather than 3, I have 4 stress boxes.
Okay, and I think it also gives armor, but
It does if it's extraordinary above. If it's extraordinary, it gives +1 armor.
Mhm.
If he takes it. So
okay, but it's not a resist damage. Is what I'm making sure of. Okay,
No,
All right.
not. No.
it's just his blow would eat into the armor first. If he did 2 damage, then he'd actually do a point of damage.
okay. You're not gonna like this.
I could think of
So-
consequence.
It's going to be +5 superhuman,
That might
So-
knock me out.
+9 -1
Well-
for your armor. Would be 8 damage.
Jesus.
What's your
Uh,
if that's health? What are your how many boxes boxes do you have for your health armor?
that would be 4. So
For
So you can,
Seven.
eat up the 4. You can still be in the scene technically because
Yeah.
you can eat that. You'll just have 1 box left at the
Yeah.
2,
right.
or you can take a consequence. But you just got hit with a concussion blast point blank in
Well,
a small enclosed space.
I mean, I do have a good consequence for it. Just that'd be 1, 2. So how much would I have to take to
Take the
stay in the scene?
4 and do
If
the
you-
3 consequence.
if you want to keep most of your boxes, it would be take the 6 and just fill in your 3 box. Or because you only have 4 boxes, so you could in theory take the moderates, but you have to fill in the 4 and the 1.
Yeah.
Remember, it
I
only
mean,
takes you out for the scene, not for the game.
Yep.
So
That's true. That's true. Well, yeah, I'll have to get knocked out of the scene this time.
I mean, you'll still be technically in. You'll have 1 more round, which means you can still
Oh, so
get.
I get one more last valiant attempt to hit him with my bat
Yes.
before I get covered in shit and collapse.
Well, to be fair, it's probably a more shallow area, so
oh, that's good. So I won't drown in it. That's great.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll take one
The rat-
last bat.
But those rats will loot your pockets, guaranteed.
Oh yeah.
All
Okay,
right.
so-
one last valiant swing with the bat, which is actually a +6 superhuman.
Nice. That damages him pretty heavily, actually. So the armor is pretty hurt. He screams in just futile rage, and that brings us to the next round. He is going to attempt to leap through the manhole cover area, probably blowing out part of the street. Yeah, he's attempting to break from the combat. So I'll give you a chance if you want to do something to counter that outside of just, take another swing. You can attempt to wrestle him, leap after him,
Put
something
muted
like that. What?
Christopher is muted again.
Okay.
Oh man, just at the most dramatic moment. What's
Ah,
gonna happen? What's gonna
After
Sorry about that. I hit that by mistake completely.
No, it's cool.
It's fine. No,
Okay,
I was just
so-
saying I'm in a baseball blood rage, and I'm just like hacking away at the bat. Yeah.
Okay, I'll give you I'll give you a swing, but it's at a penalty because he is already flying up. So
That's okay.
we'll make We'll do it as a
Hit him in the
resisted.
kneecaps.
We'll do it as a resisted check. He's trying to jump. You're trying to hit him. You get a -2 penalty because it's a harder target, and in a direction you're used to things hitting things coming at you, not trying to
Right.
get away from you. So you're -2 to hit, but it's a resisted check. If you do manage, you've given him a status of knocked the fuck down.
All right.
Sound good?
So -2 total. You said.
I'll put you at a 2 superhuman.
Okay. So that would be +3 then.
You knocked him the fuck down.
Ah! Take that, stupid Cubs fan.
Wow. Getting serious.
No. You see, take that. You ain't a true cardinal.
So, one more round.
Do anything like
He's
that.
gonna try to escape again because actually no, he's actually gonna try to blast you again because he's cornered.
It seems fair. It's
And you've damaged the fuck out of his armor. Oh, this one. If he does get away, this makes the finale even more interesting. All right. So, I don't think you have a resilience kind of thing. So how's this? You can make a mundane check to boost your resistance, I think. yeah. It's going to be a +2 superhuman blast.
Brace for it.
Yep,
So-
I'm
Do you have any
I'm
fate left?
knocked the fuck out.
All right. Dramatic moment where he's panting heavily in the armor and then scrambles and almost ineffectively, almost damages the armor, trying to just bust through the rooftop and get away from you before you murder him.
My last thought before I collapse is I failed to hit the home run again.
Oh,
Down I
There's
go.
Bottom of the 9th, and all I see is darkness.
but okay, so we're gonna switch briefly over to nice. We're gonna switch briefly over to the inside of the building. They are getting people in there to you know how they've got like emergency jacks, that kind of thing. They've got really large ones that can help hold things up.
Yes.
They're getting all kinds of technicians, engineers in there to like brace everything. Yeah,
I'm
and get you
retuning.
out of there.
I'm retuning, and then I retune, and then I start playing with a little help from my friends.
There we go. I'm just going to give that helps the effort. So you managed to partially save the building and partially defeat the bad guy. No, again, that's armor. And so I'll say that you guys reconvene. Where specifically would you like to reconvene?
I think we should just be in the mayor's like room because
The cabinet office. Okay,
yeah,
so
the cabinet office.
you're in there. He just kind of looks over you guys. Well, it wasn't a stirring success, but I guess only half the building's damaged as opposed to destroyed.
And we know
Yeah.
who's doing it now.
No, we know where exactly where he was heading.
Right. That building is now collapsed.
Makes sense. Want to cover his trail pretty quick.
Actually, I'm gonna say Helter Skelter, give me a tech check.
Sure.
You'll probably get it.
+2. I'm
That's
sorry,
enough.
+3.
Definitely enough.
+3.
A lot of the tech stuff that you grabbed were replacement parts. You know, there's some panels there, but a lot of the important internal parts for an IC-238 Ideal Tech construction armor.
So he is going to need to find somewhere else to repair himself.
Right. Or he's just going to have to work with what he's got, which is, technically speaking, the way I'm working it, stress boxes he can't heal.
Ooh.
Yay, that's the payoff. Because
He's also covered
whoops.
in sewage, like me.
Yeah, we probably hosed you down before we got you in
they
here.
probably offered to, like, you know, sterilize and recommend that you get a few shots.
Actually, the mayor's staff has, surprisingly, all government has done this. They now have Insta Dry Clean built into the
There you go.
city halls, just in case, you know, the mayor or whoever staff has that one nighter,
There
and
you
you
go.
got to get something, and you got to get that stain out.
The good old Gorton flu.
Oh wow. So, either way, we're just gonna, like, you know, scrub the scene. You guys are back up to health somehow. Well, I mean, in the case of I can say safely in the case of Kirby, you did take some really good roids. I mean,
Oh God, yeah. I mean,
and weirdly enough, it's like you just bounce back from things sometimes. Not always, but sometimes. God.
I know I'm celebrating at my favorite establishment, eating some chicken wings. That's
Because it wasn't the wings. It was
Does he
the
get another
hooks.
fate point?
Never, never
I'm
the
just
wings.
gonna let it slide for right now. And then so you guys are basically, you've driven him back. You're kind of rehashing, replanning. And are you guys at the bar?
That's your guys' choice. You know I'm there.
Or basically, how's this? The assistant says for right now, lay low. The instant we get anything, I want you to finish the job.
I was at the bar, then I then I see a stain and see some sort of stain that I can't identify, and then I leave the bar.
But does the group have a way to
I-
communicate with you?
I'm just outside the door.
Okay.
I think it's more along the lines of if we ever need him, we just start singing to ourselves. I can get we can get by or something. We sing a song, and all of a sudden,
Yeah.
what's up, guys? How's it going?
All right. Okay. So you're at the bar. You're told to keep an ear out. Be ready. Any minute now. And that's when the news reports a threat that was reported to them directly, interestingly, that the Demolitionist is alive and well, no matter what you hear. And I'm going to take away St. Louis's pride and joy.
Not the stadium.
A dark
The
cloud
arch.
falls over me. Oh,
Yeah.
that's not that bad then.
Yeah.
It's just an arch anyway.
And that's when I'm going to say Tariko's phone just, lights up.
Explode.
Because guess who?
Yep.
Arch. Get out there. Make sure none of it falls down. We can't lose that.
Run away.
So, you
Get into
So we
the.
put the best.
We pile in the jalopy. This time, I think before we left, we asked one of the police officers or the secretary, can we get one of those little lights that they used to put on top of a car?
no.
Please. Okay, fine.
Hold on. Can I say that while I was outside, I was tinkering with the car using the Ideal Tech.
Sure. Actually, give me a tech roll.
I'm going to, because I don't want to wreck the car.
Mhm.
I'm
Yeah, sorry.
see. I'm trying to see if there's any aspects I can use to not fuck up the car. Hold on. Oh, the Martin to their lens.
All right.
Yeah, re-rolling, I think. No, just for the +2. Yeah. So I got a +2 on that roll.
All right. I'll say it'll give a aspect that you can fire off once to just put it into overdrive, into some kind of weird overdrive.
Yep, that'll work.
So, yeah, you guys go outside. I'm guessing you probably explain, hey, look what I did.
Yep. You just flip this switch here. It'll start vibrating, and you might lose the boot, but it'll go faster.
I tie a St. Louis Cardinals flag to my radio antenna, so it blows in the wind. Be like, "This is all we need. Get in."
All right.
I think you'll find
And
that
then I'm
love
gonna hit that cool. I'm gonna hit that button. That's gonna be fun.
Wait, you actually have a button?
You said there's a button. I'm gonna hit the button.
Uh-oh.
I added the button.
Yes.
All right. So, Give me
Nothing bad will go here.
give me a roll for drive.
All right.
I'll actually, if you want a fate point, things can go haywire.
Well, I do need a fate point. So I mean, I don't know how to use this thing. So sure.
All
Just a
right.
button. What could go wrong?
Take a fate point. It's your first
Yeah.
driving roll is getting there on time. So give me a roll for that.
+1.
All right. Yeah, you get there a fair amount of time. Here's what the fate point was for. Well, it makes it go faster. The brakes were not properly adjusted to account for that.
Nice
So they
enough,
had to
something.
stop.
Well, to be fair, it's a Geo Metro. The brakes probably are not accustomed to anything over 50 miles an hour. So this is going to end up terribly.
Oh, yeah. So give me a roll to stop and don't fuck it up.
And this would be drive.
It's going to be drive.
Okay.
So it can go wrong.
+1.
Was that the total?
Yeah.
Okay. For okay, for anybody who hasn't visited the Arch, there's a large park around it,
Mhm.
and nice grassland, a few like water features, that kind of thing. And there's the part that goes underneath, kind of like a little, like a large ramp. You can actually fit a vehicle down there. So the good news is, you didn't crash the car. The bad news is, by the time the car stops, one of the tires is busted, and the hatch is now like you are directly under the arch, and the hatch is like opening, popped open over the entryway, and a lone pennant sails down.
What is this? Well, we got where we needed to go, so
All right,
I'm assuming he's up there. Let's go get him.
so supposedly he's coming. So what do you guys do to prepare?
Up on the top, up on the arch. It would make more sense for him to be down below it. He's a subterranean guy.
Yeah, we're right where we need to be.
All right, cool. Let's see. I can't think of it.
Okay, so basically the structure is, there's the park area around the arch, which has got a clear view in all directions. There's also the area underneath, which it goes under the arch.
Mhm.
It's got, bathrooms, access to the elevator that goes up through the arch, kind of like a sort of, what do they call the crap? Oh, I lost the word. Not carousel. The spins the other way. The wheel.
Turnstile?
Ferris, yeah, like a Ferris
Ferris
wheel
wheel.
kind of situation that goes on inside the arch. That does exist. You can actually take a little elevator thing that tears up to the top from the inside.
Okay.
So that's where you'd access that underground. There's also a gift shop, whatever. So you can either go underneath to wait for him there, hoping that's where he's going to show up, or you can be up top, because no matter what, you're going to see him approach somehow.
Well, we clearly need more help defending, so I'm going to use my resources and invoke my seasoned message board mod and call upon Cardinals Nation to come and serve as defense against this horrible
God, that would have
creature.
been a great minions ability. You can hire someone to show up.
That's basically what I'm
Cool.
doing. Yeah.
I'll
Come on,
let you stretch
Steve.
the power that way because it's fun. Give me a roll, and I will treat it as a slightly reduced minions power.
If we get 2 guys, I'm good.
That might be what happens.
We're about to find out.
All right.
Or worse, it could be
God.
police are too distracted trying to deal with them, but trying to deal with them, but they can't deal with the demolitionist.
Yep.
Right, exactly. +3. It's only
+3.
mundane, though.
Okay.
1 guy. Come on, Steve.
So, for 2 skill points, you get simple minions. Instead of giving them skills, assign a scope. Physical, mental, or social, according to their intended purpose within the scene.
Well, they would have to. If they're on a Cardinals message board, they have to be clearly an intellectual genius. So it has to be mental.
Social.
No, mental. So you summon a couple of experts real quick who can potentially give you bonuses on spotting things or strategy, because they'll know the arch area pretty well.
Could they be data analytics guys? Like they know the sabermetrics and could help us crunch the numbers on how to defeat him.
Possible.
Ooh.
So basically, that's the mental
No,
thing.
I normally don't trust those guys, but
Well, the way it's going to work is that you will roll them as more of a you set them to a task, they get a bonus.
yes.
That's going to be the simple version of it. That way it's, to speed things up a bit. Any other preparations?
Can I use academics to try and figure out where the most vulnerable part of the arch is.
Yeah, given his powers, we figure that out.
Yeah. +3.
Okay, based off what you've seen him do, normally if you're going to try to do something like explosives or whatever, you might want to try to attack the base somewhere or the top of the arch, something like that, get the foundation. This guy could probably straight up wreck the thing by just running up and blasting part of the arch itself. Not the tip top, not underneath, the arch itself. It's a concussive blast, which will it definitely does a number on stone, but steel is also strongly affected by vibrations.
So probably he'll probably be attacking on the surface then, is that what that means?
Entirely possible. And also, if you guys info dumped, safe to say that he's been damaged pretty badly. He's also probably in a terrible mental state.
Yeah, guys, I don't know if you know, but I hit him a lot with a bat. It seemed to work.
Yeah, okay.
The trick is to hit him really hard with the stick.
So I suppose I'm standing in the field then, under the arch?
I mean,
I've never been to St. Louis. I don't know what the arch
okay.
looks
Basically,
like.
the arch it's a cement-based area. Like underneath is the kind of bunker-like area. And yeah, there's a parking lot on one side with kind of a drop-off going towards the river, and a large park area. So, yeah.
And
So
across
you
the river,
basically, at the base of it, in kind of a park area.
and that cross the river
Okay.
is Busch Stadium. So as I stand, I shed a tear. This is what it's all about.
Nice. All right. Okay. So, if there's no other preparations, alertness checks.
All right.
+1.
+1.
+0.
All right. The +0 is just kind of twiddling thumbs. The +1s are going to notice noise coming from an area just upriver that's, little scenic, historic area. Some car alarms going off.
We should probably check that out.
I'm already heading over there.
All right.
I
So
shall follow.
how are you guys moving there?
I'll
We're
run
not
over there.
using the car.
The car is currently busted.
Blew a tire because he spun out trying to
Yeah.
stop.
I mean, we
I said, but
we
not
could drive it. It would just make a loud sound while we
It'd be hard
drive.
to manage.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, dude, not good.
As you tear more holes in the field.
Good news, we did slightly less. Good news, we did slightly less damage than the demolitionist would have done.
There we go. All right. So the showdown is about to begin.
Yep.
So you guys are approaching, just running, or
I mean, at this point,
Yep.
that's really all we can do.
I mean, yeah, that's
so what I'm going to say is you guys are don't even roll for running. You're just heading on over.
I start
Okay.
tuning my day tripper.
So you're pulling support, I guess, or
Load drum barrel, lock
Yeah.
gun.
all right. You spot where he's about to come out, and what this is going to come down to is he just shouts, "I will not be denied!" and just starts getting ready to charge, and looks like he's about ready to leap. So you guys can, however you feel, you can either try to stop, get in his way, stop him, take him out, whatever you feel you need to do.
You know what? I'm gonna rush in and slip out my knife and stab him.
All right. I'm going to give you guys the initiative for the first round to oppose what he's doing, and I'll let you guys just build up a oppose roll with him. He gets a bit of a bonus because he's rushing out and trying to jump past you. But yeah, we'll see how that goes.
I'm. Sorry.
Okay.
I'm going to do a menace attack on him. Going
All right.
to. Yep. Okay. Yeah. Not just horrifying noises that, for some reason, only seem to horrify him.
Okay.
I dropped the dice. Hold on.
And I am on the only hot streak of my career, so I am going to hit him with bat.
Okay, so attempting to engage melee. And
+2 superhuman.
so, okay, let me do one quick check on that one. That's a different aspect. Okay. Let me know the rest of your rolls.
I get with my using ingrained CQC, I get a +3 extraordinary.
Okay. And lastly, the bat.
I got a +3 superhuman.
Oh, I just rolled for shit 3 times in a row. Yeah. So basically, here's what happens. He's running. He's about ready to take a leap past you guys just to go for it. And I know it seems like it could have been a more dramatic fight, but this is the extension of the one where you guys cornered him. He gets stunned with music, with disturbing, troubled music, smacked the hell down with a baseball bat because he was already in the air. So essentially, he's leaping up, and that's the exact moment when Kirby goes sailing up and just boom. Normally, you try to hit up with the bat, but this time the ground sounded better. So, yeah.
Ah!
And that's when Tariko runs in, dives on top, and gouges out some essential. Okay, actually, Tariko, do you go for the pilot or the armor?
I go for the armor.
Okay, you gouge out some essential part of it.
No.
So essentially, you guys have finished off the armor. It's done. And now there's just a sad little man trapped inside of locked up power armor, by the way. That's what happens when something with, that many servos goes inert.
Just kind of knock on the helmet. Just be glad it's not the spring suits. Those things, we'd be cleaning up you after that.
So, outside of some issues the groundskeeper might have with you, you saved the arch.
I throw his St. Louis Cardinals shirt on him and say, "The Cardinals will always be there for you. You can turn it around."
I start trying to
Nice.
peel off the more valuable bits of his armor, specifically the gloves and whatever bit powers the, shockwave.
Okay, so you're basically stripping down the armor while
Yeah.
he's while the authorities are about ready to arrive. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, well, in his defense, he is making sure the armor is no longer a threat.
Oh no, I'm not.
Yep.
For the
No, I
record,
know.
I'm not denigrating that in any way.
Oh, of course not.
It's what you
We're practicing our story for the police.
Actually, I was going to ask the question: do you wait for the police to actually show up?
I mean, I don't, because I'm planning on selling this shit on the black market.
All right. And
The
as for
hardest part about being a bench player is when you do your role, you have to go back to the bench. And I slowly walk away to my favorite bar.
My question is the baseball bat over your shoulder or dragging behind you on the ground?
I
It
ump
changes
day,
the
so
entire
it's over
mood.
it's over my shoulder today.
Okay.
It was a good
So-
day.
I'll
You
wait
still-
for the cops.
All right. There we go. So, the cops show up. You've probably already secured the prisoner, who's a sobbing, battered mass, because when you get knocked around in armor, it still beats you up.
Yep.
He is
Yeah.
more bruised now than man.
Basically, you've established that you are worth a call. They're not sure about the rest of the team you were given, but you did the best with what you could. The hospital incident,
I
but-
was not a part of that.
deny everything.
I'm the only one here, so the city can deny who and what
Oh yeah.
all they want. I won't fight it. I'll still work with the guys because damn, we did the job. So
So,
make
yeah.
sure to give them a call. But
Oh yeah, cool. So at the bar, well, Kirby Sluggums has actually done the right thing.
I'm
When you thi-
just eating my chicken wing, drinking my Busch Light, be like, I'm the baseball player the city deserves or needs, but doesn't deserve.
The bartender comes out, pats you on the shoulder. You did good, Sluggums. It's on the house tonight.
That $6 is all that matters.
Just kind of just on the cell phone. You sure? I just need it. Okay. I guess you just want $6. So we're getting the rest of it.
So Helter
I
Skelter.
guess it's.
Sorry.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
So I get the Helter Skelter's on the phone with some folks, or meeting in a darkened alley somewhere, or how?
Meeting in a darkened alley somewhere.
All right.
He's holding up a pair of bulky armored limbs with some sort of device in the palms.
All right.
These things work on vibration like my guitar does. It's great for fighting, great for knocking down walls, destruction, demolition, combat, whatever you need it for.
So we're gonna fade out there and start rolling credits. Awesome. So good game,
Yeah,
guys.
it's fun. Yeah,
That was
thank
fun.
you.
I like that. Yeah.
Again, I know I was a little bit slippy on the rules, but
Dude, it's a one shot. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, and it's all good. It worked out just fine.
Oh yeah. So again, questions, comments, suggestions. I know it probably needs a little bit of work, but
Well, the only thing I would suggest is it might be a cool introduction to base fighters by having all the players start, as co-workers of the disgruntled demolitionist. And then
True.
as they track him to stop him from being like, hey dude, it's not worth it, they get their own powers either through boost patches or technology.
or they find that panel in the base that might have more
Exactly.
things. Okay, no, I can see that. That would work. But yeah. Okay. No, actually I like the idea. I might try to work on that pitch to Ross or something. All right. Well, if there's nothing else, I'm going to hit the stop broadcast. Good night, good morning, whatever time it is.
Morning.
Have a good one.
Bye.
Time is an
Bye.
infinite circle.